Hey. Why are you so low? Is your chair up?
I don't know.
Oh, gosh. We got a double thing here. Oh, man. Oh, what's going on? There's too many things. I don't know what happened with the stream. Like, it never changed over the name. So, guys, just so you know, if you're here for the Fantastic Beasts thing, that was on Friday. You can go and watch that. That video is live now. But in this video, we're doing the
book stream.
The book stream. This is the book club stream. So, sorry you guys that are here now, and you are here for the Harry Potter thing, because we're not doing that. So, I'll see you guys later. Bye now. Now, everybody else that's here for the book club, the 5 of you or so, we're going to be talking about Scythe, and what else did we read?
Only Human.
Only Human, this one. These two. We're talking about these 2 books. If you guys want to vote for the for next month's book, it's already in the little card, the little eye there. If you don't see next month's, then refresh the page, and it should be there. Hopefully everything's good now, and the title of the video is correct. And we're all on the same page, I hope. Hopefully.
So, Kristen wanted to know what happened to Sadie. So every month we do like one definite book, and then we let you guys vote on the next one, and Sadie's gonna be the definite one. So that's the one we both really want to listen to, and we're gonna do it. So if you guys want to join, feel free.
All right. So I don't know what's going on in the chat. I'm sure everybody's gone by now. People that didn't read the book. If you want to stay, you can stay. I don't mind, but you may be a little bored.
Spoiler.
Or you may get the book spoiled for you, but, you know, you're probably not going to read it anyway. What do you want to do?
Dude, it's hot up here.
It's fine. I'm A-okay. What's wrong, Meek?
I'm going to die of a heart attack.
Do you want to start talking about something, or do you want to wait for them to respond? What's going on?
All right. What do you want to start with? Only Human?
Sure. I read that one first. No, I didn't. Did I?
I did. Yeah, you did.
I think I did too, yeah.
So, what did everyone rate this?
No, let's start off with who read the book.
Yeah, who read this
Who
one?
actually read. Let's see what happens. So this is the 3rd book in a series. It's the end of a series. So, you know, you would have had to read the first 2 first. So the odds that people read this are even slimmer. Am I right?
Yeah. So T and Kristen both read both of the books.
So the 2 people that are still here for books. Cool. Thanks, guys. Okay, so what did we all think? I thought it was my least favorite out of the 3.
By far.
But it was still like a good ending. It was a good conclusion to the story. Do you agree?
It was. Like, in the end, I thought it was okay. I like how the aliens aren't really bad guys.
Yeah.
But they're not exactly good either.
They're not.
But they're not bad guys.
Well, what do you mean
Because, like,
good?
in the beginning and in the 2nd book, you think that they're bad guys. Even the 2nd one, you don't really know much about them.
No, by the 2nd one, I feel like you already knew that they weren't. They just weren't going to interfere. That's like their whole thing, right? They don't interfere. So in a way, they're bad because they have technology that they could give us and save us, but they won't. So I guess you can call them bad, but I wouldn't really call them bad.
So Kristen gave it 4 out of 5 on Goodreads, but she's still debating on the final rating. I think I technically gave it a 4 also. I still think it was really good. It's better than a 3. But there were some aspects of it that I didn't like. I miss our narrator guy. I could not stand Vincent's daughter.
I didn't like her from the very beginning. I didn't like her in the 2nd book either.
I could not stand her even worse in this one. And the audiobook fell completely short with the them doing flashbacks of her. What is her name? I can't remember.
I'm sure. They'll tell us.
Doing flashbacks of her as a child. They used the new actress for her.
Because it is a different actress?
Yeah. Oh, okay. By far. The other one had like a Spanish accent, and this one had like a New York accent.
I never heard a Spanish accent.
Oh,
ever.
absolutely!
I never heard that Spanish
accent.
accent.
She had a Spanish accent.
Well, no, now she has an alien accent. Now she has a.
She has a New Yorker accent.
Act.
Exact.
An act accent now.
All right. Kristen says it was my least favorite. Only human gets 4 out of 5. Jake Foreman. Welcome, Jake. They aren't bad guys, but they don't make good decisions. That's T. Kristen says, I will say I hate the voice actor changes in the audiobook. Yeah, Eva killed me in this book. Why? Like, just bring back the girl that played the young one and it would have been so much better.
Maybe she wanted more money, or she was busy, or she died.
His daughter's such a brat.
Yeah.
Kivox, go back to book 2 and listen to Eva's. Dude, it's totally
I listened
a Spanish
to it
accent.
at like 1.75 or 2 speed.
How would you understand what she was saying?
I have a very fast ear. My ears are extremely fast.
So that bugged me. I really liked how they brought back the guy, my favorite guy that I don't know his name, Mr. Burns.
Oh, yeah.
I like how they brought him back at the end.
That's his name.
Yeah, I know.
Which is weird.
It just came to me.
Oh, you mean you like how he didn't actually die at the end?
Of course he didn't. He went so willingly.
So I think the main reason that this one wasn't as interesting as the other ones was, one, there wasn't really a... What was the threat, right?
Well, there was no intrigue, like, as far as, like, or mystery element to it. Like, you were in that world.
You already knew, but also, like, the main mystery was, how did they get off the planet? Like, that was the thing. Like, what did they do? Like, what was the thing that they actually had to do to succeed? So,
I think it was interesting how her friend ended up dying on Earth. They weren't able to save him. The one that brought them back to Earth.
Oh, yeah, because he caught, like, a bug from a animal or something. Like,
I don't know what he got.
Like a dog. He ate dog food or something.
What?
It was something to do
I
with
don't
that.
remember how he died, but I just remember him being sick. I liked how Mr. Burns was a part of the story. I kind of hoped he had copied himself, but wasn't counting on it. I honestly didn't even think about it.
I was hoping... I kind of didn't care. If they died, I would have been like, oh, everything that he said made sense. It's true. I was okay with him dying and them all dying because of whatever. But then I thought it was sneaky of him. I was like, this mother effer, like, he's a sneaky little devil.
I feel like he may be my favorite character.
That's very, like, weird too. Like, imagine if you could clone yourself right now, but then you yourself would have to go and die.
Yeah, I don't know how I would feel about that.
Because you would technically still be dying. The present you would be dying, but your copy, which would also be exactly you, but you would still have to make the decision to die. It's so weird. There was a movie.
But you, as you know it, would be dead.
There was the Prestige that was like that. Remember? Spoilers. With Wolverine.
What?
That movie where it was like a magician, and that's what he did. He like teleported into another thing.
Oh, I don't remember.
But the old him died, and it created a new version of him at that exact moment.
It wouldn't be you though. Essentially, you, as you know it, would be dead.
Yeah.
And someone else with your DNA is going to be living, but
and
they have a different mind.
And your memories. No, they have exactly the same mind.
You know what I mean.
But yeah, it's weird.
It's weird how I loved that series, and I love it so much, but since I finished it, I don't care about any of the characters now, and I don't know if I make sense. I mean...
The second book was just, like, the pinnacle of that. It was the best.
Very strongly for some of the characters. I ended up really liking Vincent. I really love Mr. Burns. I still like narrator.
Kara died. When she died,
Kara,
or Kara, whatever. It was great. And then when the narrator guy died,
I was like, all right.
He was so good.
I thought they were gonna bring her back. Like, I thought she was gonna be a copy, but I'm kind of glad she wasn't.
No, because then it's just like there's
it's
no
like
risk.
everyone's a copy.
Everybody can be copied, and everybody comes back, and it's just like, oh, yeah, I guess you just live forever. There's no point.
Hello, Tom. Kristen says, I think my biggest flaw is that the interviewer never came back. Slowly, my love for him wished he had thought to get copied just in case. I mean, if you think about it, he was a really smart guy. You'd think that he would have been copied, but I don't know. I'm talking about the characters still alive.
But did he know about that? The copy thing? I don't think he did.
Yeah, he did. He knew what happened to Kara.
Did she tell them?
Rose.
Did she tell them that she was a copy? Because she may have just not told them.
No,
I don't remember
everyone
now.
knew.
Anyway, I mean, there really isn't much to say about it. It's just the story was pretty good. I think that my biggest gripe with it was that there was no, like, threat, really. The main threat were the humans, and it's just like, I don't really care about a war, some war between...
It was definitely more boring.
Yeah.
And even though the characters were still good and some aspects of the story were still good,
I didn't care about the mother or the father thing, like the whole father role that he had to play. Like I was just like, yeah, I get it. She's a teenager. She's rebelling. She doesn't want, you know,
smack her across
whatever.
the face.
Yeah, just give her just a black eye, a couple black eyes, maybe 3.
We're talking about this book. I understand why people can't come back, but it makes me sad. Like the name of the stream says, we're talking about Only Human. It was a good ending to close it all out, but I prefer book 1 and 2. I agree. I think that 2 is my favorite, and then 1
by
and
far.
then this.
Yeah. 1 was cool because it was all mystery. It was like, whoa. And then 2 was like, whoa. And then everybody died, and it was like, whoa. You know, and then 3 was just kind of like, and they're back.
Yeah.
Okay, and now let's drag this across.
I mean, it was interesting listening to them and like them having to adapt to life on Scythe, like how they didn't even know that food was food and how to make food, and they didn't know simple things like what's a toilet, what's this.
Again, it was interesting, but it wasn't great. The book was definitely the weakest out of the 3. I'd say like a 4 at best. 3.5 maybe for me.
I think it's still a 4, but it's not. It's definitely not a 5 like the first 2.
Again, my 4s are not the same as your 4s.
I love the ending, but it would be a good duology as well. They would have had to make the duology, the 2 books bigger, I think.
They would have had to, something would have had to conclude more in the second one.
Because the second one left it off like,
yeah,
man.
They're like, we're on another planet.
They're like, and they disappeared.
Yeah. They knew that they were on the other planet.
Oh, I know, me too, Kristen. She said, I like the little red rodent things. I don't know why, but it stuck with me. I thought it was hilarious how she wanted to take it home, and it was basically like cockroaches to them. That was cute. There were a lot of good elements in this book, like little things.
Yeah, it was written well. It's just...
I would definitely read more by him. I don't know if he has other stuff already out. I think he does. Or he's coming up with something, T told me. So anything else you guys want to talk about? Besides the fact that it's super hot in here.
It's not. I'm like freezing.
You have short sleeves on.
You have long sleeves on.
Oh, he's going to give the middle finger. Wait for it.
It looked like it.
Okay, yeah, he does have another book coming out.
Cool.
All right. Next, we picked up...
So now we're going to move on to Scythe. Because...
I never know how to say this book.
Because that's the next one we read. So if you didn't read it.
Kristen says, thank you for introducing us to this trilogy. No problemo. So.
I didn't know anything going into this. The way she synapsed it to me was there's a world where nobody can die.
Mm-hmm.
And.
They have to teach people to kill people.
They have to teach people to kill people. That's not what it's about at all.
No.
Do you think? No, because like, look, you could still die.
They still do.
It's just you just get revived. You go to a reviving clinic and they revive you. That's different. I thought like everybody was like a god and they literally couldn't be killed. Like if you jumped off a building and splatted, you would just walk it off. You know, you'd be like, yeah, I'm fine. But no, it's like you still splat. It's just you got to get put back together. You know, you can get put back together, but if you don't come back.
So ultimately, I ended up giving this book a 4.
Me too.
And I think there are like a few moments. I think it is a little bit overhyped.
I read it in a day. The day after Kristen was, or T, maybe, I don't remember. I think it was Kristen. She was like, just so you know, it's this weekend. It's next weekend. I was just like, it's next weekend? And then I was just like, I just read it.
Why did you make T all grouchy?
Because she was like, not grouchy. She was freaking sassy with me.
No, she wasn't.
Yeah, I don't think it was T. I think it was Kristen. It was last week's regular stream. She was like, just so you know, it's next weekend. And I was like, oh my God. So that Saturday I read it and I finished it.
All right. So okay. T says that Sylvain Nouvelle tweeted about Goodreads vote. And I said, thank you to him for his series. And she said, you can splat. I gave it a 4, I think. Kristen says, so this book, I don't know what to rate it. Maybe 3.5. I liked it, but I think it was overhyped and that it affected my thoughts going on. It's Kristen who said that. It was me. I am sassy. And T said, I am not sassy.
I told you.
Get your facts straight.
I said it was Kristen.
All right, anyway,
and then you said it was T.
No, I didn't.
Yes, you did. You said, why did T sound like that? And I said, I think it was Kristen.
Oh, no, I only said that because you said it was T. Anyway, I feel like it is a little overhyped. Overall, I think it was a well-written story, but I don't know if it meshed with me.
I come in as not seeing any of the hype. You tell me that something is hyped, and I'm just like, okay, whatever. But I don't see any of that, right? So to me, it was just whatever. But the book itself, I liked. I would probably give it like a 4. I liked the world, and I liked the concept because I've never seen a concept like that before, where people can live forever because of technology, and the whole government thing was really cool, and the Thunderhead thing was really cool, where it's a super that thing is in charge, and then for once the computer isn't like the bad guy in the movie, in the future. Like the computer's actually really good and knows what it's doing, and the humans are kind of the bad influence. Really interesting. I liked the main characters. I usually don't like main characters. I even like the fact that they kind of ended up together. I like the fact that, like, I don't think it was done like romantically or anything like that, or some corny thing. As soon as I found out that they had to compete with each other, I got super anxious. I was like, no, I thought they were just gonna both do it. And I was like,
hoping that one of them would die, just because it would make it more realistic. But of course, that didn't happen. There were some things. I think Kristen made a point just now. I liked the ending, but some scenes took me out of the story, and I agree.
Well, like what?
Well, first off, Kristen says, Kivox, you said both our names. T said, I want to read the next book.
I did, but then at the end I said, I think it's Kristen.
But for me, it could be a standalone, and I would be okay with that. So, what took me out of the story was when you try to make fake science and fake futuristic stuff, the nursey brain in me dissects everything that they say.
Oh, yeah. What were your things that I already explained to you how it works?
My thing is, if you cannot get Ebola and smallpox and all these crazy diseases, how come poison can still kill you?
Extra advanced poison from the future with the technology built into it. Ebola didn't have any technology, all right? We can make new poisons with new technology. Little nanites that go and eat your nanites. That's all I'm saying. It's the future now.
That's not really technically a poison.
It is. We looked up the definition of poison, and we agreed that it was. Okay?
The little thing
that
like
is
that,
a poison.
It took me out of the story, like, when reading it.
I know, but I brought you back in once you finished.
Bit. But then I had another gripe, and now I don't remember what it was. Crap.
Didn't you make notes?
No. We talked about it, and I meant to, and then I forgot it. What was that one part that I looked up? Remember? When they say that they were...
Yes, it was the disconnect from being so far away from old television and old media.
I remember now. Another thing that bothers me is I do not think that people wouldn't attempt to do crimes and kill people. They make it seem like this utopia, this, like, awesome world where no one tries to kill anybody and everyone lives like good citizens. Like, that's unrealistic to me.
But then
I don't care if the Thunderhead is watching. You would have those people that try,
and then once they do, they get like a thing put in them that controls them and gives them a little shock when they do something wrong. Do you remember that? And then eventually they get a guardian put on them that watches them 24/7 if they continue to do bad things. So therefore, that's what would happen.
But I still
and then people just wouldn't do anything.
The fact that people don't have like these feelings.
They do, but they just don't do it, or it gets shocked out of them, or beaten out of them. It's just as simple as that.
Then
imagine having a shock collar that every time you thought of something wrong, you would get shocked. Every time you actually did something, because I'm sure that you could still think about it.
Glean them at that point.
I'm sure they would get to a certain point if they like
this person's just
if they
bad
killed
for
their guardian or something. But
then wouldn't that be selective gleaning?
No, it would be
or whatever they called it.
Because remember, they still some of the Scythes.
Dang, how did this get so messed up?
I could tell you how.
Me?
Yeah.
No, probably the way I'm holding it.
So the Scythes, some of them still choose based on certain things.
Statistics.
Yeah, some of them. I'm sure that others are just kind of jerks.
Also, like you said,
can't trust humans.
The fact that they mention multiple times that, I think it's twice in the book, that TV
I already explained this one to you too.
Shows. I'm just explaining what took me out of the story.
Mm-hmm.
TV and TV shows and movies, they don't really connect with them like the mortal age ones, because in the mortal age we had more emotions and we got more deeply connected to things because we had love and loss and all this stuff, and that the only emotion that we could connect with in movies and TV shows from the mortal age was love. That makes no sense to me. Because you still experience loss in this world. You may not experience it firsthand, but just the thought of losing someone that you love can make you.
But it wasn't just that. It was connecting with the TV shows of the past. And then I explained this to you. Go back and watch a 60-year-old movie. We can't do it. We don't like those types of movies for a reason, because we can't connect with the time that it is. Now imagine that times 10 or 100, because we're so disconnected from all, like, Lord of the Rings. It was a big deal because people could die, because characters did die. We read these other books, like when What's-Her-Face died in the other one, in the second one, and the narrator died. Now imagine if that wasn't a concept in a book, because it doesn't make sense. Like, imagine you couldn't die, right? And I think that's another thing. We're disconnected from them because it's such a different concept to us. So think about it that way. Like, flip the roles. We're reading about people that can't die, so therefore it's hard for you to connect with them because it's the opposite. It's perfectly,
I get it.
Perfectly makes sense.
But those were what took me out while reading it initially.
And that's the point.
Let's see what people are saying.
It took you out because you're not connecting with them because they're different people than you. Boom, got him.
Okay. I like that they both struggled between their own thoughts and feelings. I've heard of this. Wait, I missed something.
No, you read all of this.
I've heard of this book from you guys. I loved it, and I'm on the second one. That's Terrence. Hello, Terrence.
We may read the second one next month, so you...
Kristen says she hated the fake religion.
What was the fake religion?
Kind of dumb.
The sound ones?
People.
Yeah.
When they say that they were into each other, I was like, meh, then why and where? When, why, and where? I didn't feel the connection between them at all. It was, I do feel like the romantic part was a little, like,
but it was like a teenage thing. Okay, so another thing. Imagine living with a somebody else that they were already, like, attracted to each other from the beginning based on what they said, you know? Because he was like, oh, I didn't want to tell her that. I thought she was hot. But they were already attracted to each other. Now imagine living with each other for a whole year. Like, literally only pretty much seeing each other and an old guy for like a long time.
Yeah.
And just having to train together and do everything together, you kind of just start growing attached.
I don't like how they kill people,
at least as friends,
with a knife and things like that. It should be painless and quick, like one touch and they're dead. But
that's not how real life is, right? They're trying to, like, at least based on what he did it like based on how people would naturally die, right? So if you know, like
but not everyone's like that. I think some of the sides are just corrupted.
Yeah.
And, like, they're bad humans. People that get turned into sides, and, like, they just can kill people, and they go mental. Yeah. Who's Scythe Lucifer? I don't remember. Anastasia is the girl that turns into. But I don't know who Lucifer is.
I don't remember that either.
I also didn't like that there wasn't a way to get rid of a corrupt Scythe. If Scythedom rules itself, then people should have been able to take action against Goddard. I agree. There should be some rule that says if you're like some nutty Scythe that goes around just killing willy-nilly, But I guess the consequences are that you have to, like, they choose who you glean for, like, a certain amount of time.
And then also they could torture you forever. Remember what's-his-face died 7 times for her or whatever, 12 times?
Oh, yeah. I did like how Faraday and Curie had totally different ways of gleaning, but they were both solid in my opinion. And I thought it was super cute that they were a thing.
Me too. I was surprised.
Super cute. And I don't know, like, I was just reading the story and kind of, you know, just listening and reading and taking my time, and I just didn't see the Faraday coming back.
I thought about it. I was like, I wonder, because of the way that the other guy, like, kind of reacted to him being not being dead, but them accusing him of killing Faraday. I thought it was kind of weird that he, like, reacted like that. Like, I almost like, oh, maybe he's telling the truth. Maybe he's not dead. And then at the end, I was just like, I wonder if that's what's-his-face's real name. the bad guy's real name or if that's Faraday's real name. And then when they found him, I was like, cool. It's what I thought it was. One of the things.
They have those emo nanites too. I didn't like the people.
Oh yeah, the emo things, the emotional ones that like make you feel different. So they could make that when I don't know if they're still talking about the thing, but when somebody I don't know, it probably just equalizes everybody a bit. You know what I mean? So you don't go too crazy. So if you're like having some weird things, that makes sense.
Because Kristen does bring a good point with that. They can manipulate like your neurotransmitters essentially. I didn't like the people could go back to a younger age and have 10,000 kids if they wanted. If we couldn't die, they would probably put a limit on the number of children. I agree. They probably would.
Yeah, but would you really want to have that many kids?
I wouldn't.
I
don't even want one.
I would. It's like, I'm sure, Kristen, I'm sure that you know how hard it is to have one kid. Like, imagine having that many more kids.
Scythe Lucifer is what Rowan became very, very end of the book. I don't remember this. What? How did it end? Someone refresh my memory.
What's-her-face became the thing, and then she kissed or punched him in the face, and then he kissed her lip, or her thing. Her ring. Remember? No. And then he was safe for a year.
Oh yeah,
and then he took a bunch of dudes out on his way out, and then ran away. And then she became the thing, and she's looking for him. And I forgot who. Oh, maybe. Oh, what's his face became it, right?
Who?
What's his face did the boy.
And if ever Scythe Lucifer comes my way, I hope
it's
see
the
me
boy.
as one of the good ones. I think it's an assumption thing.
No. Who did what did they say here?
That it's Rowan.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, that's what it is.
In Anastasia's journal, but they never come out and say it.
It is Meek because after he left, that's when that started happening.
But it's an assumed thing. They don't come out and say this is Rowan.
No, but it is, Meek. It's a obvious. It's like, I opened the door. Who opened the door? I opened the door. You know?
They aren't human. They are psychopath. And when you enjoy the killing, you lost your humanity. Not an official site. That was from page. Yeah. I knew he wasn't dead. I saw it coming, but until the very end, I thought one of them would die for real. Me too. Hello, Justin.
Hey, Justin.
Kristen says, think of Rowan's family. He was totally lost in the fray because his family was so big. His mom didn't even care about him much. He was the lettuce. You're right.
That's funny.
It was assumed by...
Oh, I gotta sneeze.
Yeah. Yeah! It was assumed by what Anastasia says. Is it Anastasia or
Anastasia? I don't know. I think they said Anastasia.
I remember not. I feel like the world they created was good. He's definitely good at writing.
I loved the whole fact that what's-his-face... so I really liked the... What's-his-face died. He thought that they were going to be free from the deal. But then the bad guy took the boy, and he was about to take the girl, and the other girl saved her, and that was cool. It was a good thing that it went that way, too, because I feel like if it was the opposite way, if he took the girl, she wouldn't have been as, cooperative and stuff, and she would have gotten herself in trouble. But I love that, though, and I love the fact that he finally,
That kind of confused me, because for a bit after that happened, I thought that meant one of them didn't have to die. Which it would make sense, because if they thought Faraday was dead, the only reason he was taking on an apprentice was to even out the number of sides or make up the new side quota.
It would, you're right. So now they would need two.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So they both should live, in my opinion. We are in Connecticut. You're there too, and just a town over? Where, in Waterbury or something? Wait, just a town over. How do they know where we live? Now that I'm thinking of it.
And it's like, hey, I'm there too. I'm right outside your house.
Someone said bless you, Michael, when you sneezed.
Thanks.
I think it could have been a
terrible.
standalone, but I'm intrigued to see where they take it. I think Faraday, Curie, Lucifer, and Anastasia are going to come together for a kind of a mission. I agree. I feel like it would have been an open ending, but it could have ended.
It could have, yeah, definitely. Yeah, definitely. Yeah, especially the way that the way that it ended, I think it would make a fine,
ending.
What is it?
I mean,
what's a single book called?
A standalone.
Standalone, okay.
But, I feel like some of the most epic books on the planet kind of have an open ending like that.
Yeah, and it was a decent one where like it still seems like she's doing her part and he's doing his part, and then maybe someday it'll equalize. But the thing is, you can't have humans in charge if you want everything to be perfect, because humans are not perfect. It'll never be perfect. So it's always a work in progress, always, no matter what.
Lori's book trials. Hello, Lori. I can't wait for Thunderhead. I heard amazing things about that one. I'm reading that one next month. I'm beginning to think that we should have made Sadie the option and said we were just reading Thunderhead no matter what, but because I feel like if I don't read it soon, I'm gonna forget everything.
We can do that. Let's just do Thunderhead and Sadie.
No, let's see what people voted after. They would need a lot more since Rowan killed a bunch of them. I'm watching you. I think the only reason they kept the competition because some of them really are psychophants. It says your real names and location on your store.
Oh, yeah.
Haha, that's funny. I just assumed because of your P.O. box. That makes sense. Do you have to have a P.O. box in the city that you live? I think you do. Because they take your license and everything.
I mean, it would make sense. Or maybe, like, if you own a business or something.
So where do you live if you're near Watertown? I'm really confused with Harry Potter and the Cursed Child. Is it canon or not? I don't know.
It's whatever you want it to be. I don't consider it canon because she didn't write it.
I like the front.
And it's terrible, but I heard the play is really good.
Oh, wait. Oh, you like the front cover to what? Thunderhead? It's like the Scythe is keeping distance between Rowan and Citra. It must be Thunderhead. I don't really know what it looks like. I just know it's like bluish or greenish.
Don't you have it here?
No, I don't own it. So if that's an option, I have to buy it. I like the movie. At first I thought Citra was on the cover, but it's both. I can't believe I missed the only human discussion. I definitely watched the comment after it. We'll be putting this live after, so you can still watch it.
I forgot to put last month's, and I just did it right before we started.
Well, we'll put it live, and then you can still leave us comments, and we'll read them and respond. Just found your channel the other day, and I love it, even though I'm not a big Potterhead as you are. Do you recommend this book? I recommend both of the books, especially the
series.
The Sleeping Giants series was really, really good. Of Scythe, I only see one. Or am I, like, losing it?
Oh, maybe there's two people here. Two faces, at least. Do you see it?
Oh, my God, my mind...
But I don't see another... I just see a face.
Again.
I don't see, like, another person there. Just a face.
Yeah. It's still my mind.
But I don't think it's actually a face. I think it's just the scythe itself. Just the same... Because this one has an eyelash. Unless boys don't have eyelashes.
They don't have long, flowy eyelashes, usually. Actually, a lot of boys I know do.
I don't know. I don't see it being both of them.
If you could have any power besides you... Okay. The one wearing the red robes is Citra, and the other side of the scythe is Rowan. See the indentation on their faces.
Nah, I think it's just the scythe. That's what I think.
It foretold us who was going to be the official scythe.
I don't know about that.
I think it's true, because why would this staff be not symmetrical if it wasn't making that a girl and the other one a boy?
Then where's the rest of his body?
I don't know. I think that's a really cool cover now.
I think it's fine.
I just killed it, too. Alright, so what are people voting?
I don't know, Meek. Bum bum bum. Ba 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 ba. We're gonna get a copyright strike there because my tune is my pitch or whatever. Yeah, my
what do you want to read?
I don't know. Thunderhead, I guess.
Dang, it looks like everyone wants to read Thunderhead.
So we're at 50% for Thunderhead. Nobody wants to read
Sawkill.
Sawkill. What is that? Oh, that's that first one there.
So,
do you want to tell people?
Anyway, yeah, like the options were Shadow of the Fox by Julie Kagawa. This one is like that Japanese-esque tale about like the kitsune, like the fox thing. Then there's Dark Matter by Blake Crouch.
This one looks cool.
This one What did you say it was about?
A
A guy wakes up and he's in like a life that he doesn't remember, and it's like, well, not that he doesn't.
No,
remember.
he remembers his life, but it's not his life that
Yeah.
he wakes up to, type thing.
It's like not his kids and his family. Saw kill girls. I don't know why. Like,
The cover looks good.
This cover is awesome. But essentially, these girls are together on an island where gleaming horses graze in rolling pastures and cold waves crash against black cliffs where kids whisper the legend of an insidious monster that at parties and around campfires. Girls have been disappearing for decades, stolen away by a ravenous evil no one has dared to fight until now. Shocking, nail-biting, and gorgeously written. Blah, blah, blah. So it's like a scary, like, stuck on an island with monsters story. The story... Oh, this cover reminds you of Sarai. T voted for Dark Matter. Now she has Zelda theme in her head. I wonder if she chose Red Road.
Oh, that was Zelda? I was going for Super Mario.
Turquoise, like her brother said she agreed. Yeah, she was supposed to wear turquoise.
This is the third one. The third option. Fourth option?
Well, that's the one we're going to do no matter what. So,
oh, this is not an option. What was the other option then?
Thunderhead, which we don't have.
Oh, Thunderhead. Okay, Thunderhead is... Okay.
So Sadie, we're going to read no matter what. And that one is like a girl gone missing in the town.
It's super
tries
short.
To find her.
It's super short.
But I hear it's really good. And T says it's good, I think. I think she read it.
Oh, and T already read it. That's all that matters. She already read it.
I read Sadie, so I'm good for at least one book. So yeah, those are the options. I didn't vote.
Go vote, Meek. What are you gonna vote for? What are you gonna vote for? Tell me. If you tell me though, it won't come true.
It's probably not gonna come true anyway.
If you got live Meek right there, the big one that says live.
Why is it coming out?
Meek, pause it. Did you pause it?
No.
Meek, turn it down. You voted for the wrong one. That's not the one that I wanted.
So, she said the audiobook is good.
We heard about that from you, I think. So that's why we're going to listen to the audiobook. Was it from T that you heard that it was really good? Okay.
Damn, just realized I might not be able to watch you guys because of Article 13 in Ireland. Wait, what's Article 13?
I don't know.
I'm really bad with, like, social events or whatever it's called. So the next book club is going to be December 30th. You guys have... It's, 5 Sundays from now?
Dang, you guys got plenty of time. We should do 3 books instead of 2.
No, we should not. I'm in the final...
Oh, there's also going to be another readathon coming up in December, correct?
Oh, I'm totally doing that one, by the way. I think Kristen or T told me about it. I think it was Kristen.
So if you guys don't know...
About that book roast girl that is doing it. I can't remember who told me. But it's a Harry Potter themed one and you choose your path on the map. I thought that was so cool. I looked it up and I printed out the map and we're totally going to do a TBR
okay,
for that.
We're going to do a TBR for that. So it looks like right now
Kristen told me.
We're going to do Thunderhead was what we're going to read, and Sadie.
Are you refreshing it just to
I am refreshing just because votes should be in.
Right meow.
Votes are in, and
Thunderhead
is so we're reading Thunderhead
and Sadie.
Hawkins Dance in my khaki pants.
I will try the other one. I voted for Shadow the Fox. I voted for Saw Kill Girls.
I voted for Thunderhead because I'm the winner.
What the heck was that? Like a weird chicken rooster.
You're
thing.
a chicken rooster. So guys, this was fun. I hope you guys.
Maybe I'll just make all of these options for next month too. I'll force you guys to read the books that I want.
I say you should. This is what I think. You should put the books that you want to read the most. You should make options, unless they're arcs. Then don't make them options. Mm-hmm. But I think the books that you do the most. Yeah. So another thing, we are picking a winner for the Rose. What is it called? Bloody Rose book, and that video is going to come out soon, and we're going to be announcing a new giveaway. In that video, it's going to be the book haul video.
It's a really exciting giveaway.
So, and we're doing a regular giveaway and a Patreon giveaway.
Well, I already spoiled the Patreons what it is, so don't spoil.
Okay.
Don't spoil it.
All right, I was telling mostly them. That's why.
No, because Patreon, because
All right,
want to give you guys a chance to win a separate one.
We're doing that. We're doing 2 giveaways for that. So make sure to stay tuned for that video. I do have some more wand stuff coming up too. So if anybody here cares about that, I have like 7 wands right here to my left that are going to be going up. At least 6 of them are going to be going up. 8. There's 8 here. But at least 6 of them are going to be going up for sale. Hopefully this week. Cross our fingers. I got a lot of work to do. So.
Kristen's really hyper for the book haul.
This book haul is going to be like over an hour long. So
it's $60.
Grab some popcorn. Just, get ready. It's going to be like a feature film book haul. So it'll be a feature book haul. All right. So it's going to be long. It sucks. I'm halfway through it. I think that's it. I think we're done. Are we good? You want me to refresh this one more time? No, we already decided.
Yeah, we decided.
All right, guys. Thank you guys for tuning in. Sorry about the confusion at the beginning of the video. But I hope you guys had some fun, and hope you guys come back at the 30th, December 30th for the next one. And that's about it.
Yep.
You got anything else?
Good chat. So, did you refresh it? I'm just curious if it changed.
Oh. You literally said it didn't matter.
It doesn't, but I'm curious now.
It did not change.
All right.
Well, we got 10, 20, 30, and 40. That's funny. All right, guys. Thanks for watching. See you guys later. And
bye.
Bye.